Okay, hello. Just getting this set up for our session tonight. Hopefully I've got some people joining because I have something to give away tonight. Oh, and we'll see if I'm not. Hello, my dear brother. How are you? You want to see me color, I bet. Hey, Julie. Hang on, I'm going to shut off one of these lights, hopefully. I get some glare. Oh, okay, that might be better. Oh, you're... Why was that funny? Did you hear me say ouch? It's been a very long day. So, today... Oh, and yes, trying to get mom to see this. Yeah, so today was a busy day. My mom had her second carpal tunnel surgery today. So, is that Yes, it is Granny. Julie's sneaking away. She's like, I want to see what you're doing. So my mom had her second carpal tunnel surgery today. So I was her driver. And hopefully now she's got some relief. I know I fed her and sent her home. So it's all good. The way they do carpal tunnel surgery now just blows my mind. They do it when you're awake. And 2 weeks ago she did her left hand, and today she did her right hand. So now she's gonna have stitches on both sides. I did mine a couple years ago. They still put you under, which is what I prefer. She had no trouble with it, and the recovery time's awesome. So tonight I'm gonna show you some cards that I've made with this beautiful set. This was one of the first sets that I got from the catalog. And I hate to tell you, I did buy it for one particular stamp. I love squirrels. So this cute little squirrel's in there. You're awake. Yes, Julie, she was wide awake. It literally... So I got to tell you a quick story because this is kind of funny. The first time when she did her right hand 2 weeks ago, they took her back. And I said, I'm going to run up to Starbucks, which was 5 blocks away. I ran up there to get a cup of coffee. I came back. She was standing in the parking lot. I thought something went wrong. No, she was already done. I didn't even have time to go get a cup of coffee. She was done. And yes, wide awake. You have no anesthesia in your body. And they literally shoot you up with lidocaine in this section. We were going to take a picture today. But they had her, it was all drawn up. But they literally shot her up with lidocaine. And... yeah, less than 10 minutes. It's mind blowing what they can do right now. But the recovery time is super quick. But yeah, so she's at home resting now. Hopefully she's got her arm up if she's watching. So yes, so this stamp set, Peaceful Places, I love it because of course being from Minnesota, we love our trees. And I loved the verses in this one. And of course the squirrel. So I really enjoy watercoloring, and this one, when I first saw it, I definitely wanted to watercolor this, and I'm going to show you. I know I've done watercoloring before, but I wanted to show you. These are my two ultimate new favorite colors. They are so gorgeous. I know they're never even going to photograph as beautiful as they are, but this is Blueberry Bushel and Granny Apple Green, and they are gorgeous together. So here are the two stamp pads. And here are the cardstock. But to me, they're so close to nature colors. They're gorgeous. Beautiful. I love the... Oh, thank you. But Blueberry Bushel, when I first saw it, of course, I thought of water. So I'm going to show you how I prefer to watercolor with the Aqua Pens. So I'm going to use these tonight. And if you don't have these, I know I talk about these quite a bit, but I love the way that you can get such beautiful strokes with this. Very easy to do. So let's get to it. So these are the colors that are going to be our primary focus. And what I did, so I stamped this, and when I watercolor, I use watercolor paper, I buy mine at Hobby Lobby. I do not use a Stampin' Up one. And the reason being is because it is a vanilla color. And when I watercolor, I want a nice crisp white. And I don't prefer the Stampin' Up thickness. It's a little bit too thin for me. So this is pretty stocky. It's beefy. I get it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, wherever I have the coupon, and it's Carson, Carson, has a blue cover. So that's what I use. And when I start to watercolor, I like to use black StazOn. And when I'm going to watercolor something very detailed, what I like to do is make sure that my StazOn is nice and juicy. So I actually re-ink these before I start. And it's just because you want a nice, crisp image to start with. So I think I have some from there. Yes, Julie, I love it. Yes, Mama, we were talking about you earlier. So you made it on, you didn't go to sleep. I took a quick 10-minute nap when you left. You're exhausting. So the StazOn is what I use for my watercolor. And I know I've talked about the inks before, but I use StazOn to watercolor and Memento ink pad, the black ink pad, to use with my alcohol markers. That's what I prefer. I think I get better images and it doesn't bleed with the StazOn. Okay. So again, nice and juicy StazOn. So that's, oh, Mama, you wanted to wait because you wanted to see what I was doing. Okay, so the Aqua Pens are just simply tap water. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the stream because it's my favorite. So when I watercolor, all I'm going to do is give these a little squish. And when I open them, there's going to be ink there. And I'm going to use that as my palette. And these streams, and I'm sorry, I'm left-handed, so I'm going to turn it. So I'm going to pick up some of this blue, and when you put it on, I'm sorry, I'm going to gasp because it's really pretty. Well, the first time I use this, I'm like, oh, it is really pretty blue. And again, if you're using Aqua Pens, if you don't like it as dark, I'm just going to squeeze a little bit, and it will add more water. And what that's going to do is make the ink dissipate onto the paper, and that's why it's so important to use watercolor paper, because it'll let you have those beautiful strokes. Okay, and all you're gonna do is color. Oh, isn't it pretty? This blueberry is just, oh, it's so pretty. So you can get your stream going, and it's that easy. I have one of those. You have one of these, Delane? An Aqua Pen? You should play with it because it is fun. And any kind of ink, you can color with any color or kind of ink. It's not special to anything. Of course, it's got to be water soluble, I guess, but most inks are. But isn't that fun? Oh, yeah, it is. It is such a pretty blue. So what I typically do is I will add the color the way I like it, but as you add color and let it dry, I want to show you one that's already done. So the nice thing about watercoloring is you can let this dry, and if you don't like the way it looks, guess what? You can come back and squeeze some water on there and get more like wavy pieces, and as it dries, it'll look different again. And I have to say, I think rule of thumb is I find that the longer it dries, or when it dries, it's going to get darker. So whatever you see, it's going to be darker. And then I always have a scrap of watercolor paper here for my Aqua Pens because I'm going to squirt. Yeah, you guys hang on because I am going to do a drawing today. Okay. Isn't it pretty? Oh, the blueberry is so pretty. Now I'm going to do a little bit of the green so you can see, because the granny apple. Oh. Okay. When I show you the finished products, I have to tell you, my husband, he's my great, he tolerates a lot with my stamping. And when I made the card that I'm going to show you tonight, he's like, man, that is really pretty. And he was just mystified on how I painted the trees. And I was just, I was just kind of, he was, and you'll see, because they did, I have to say, when I got done, they were really pretty. So that's good. I don't know watercolor very, you know what, to me, everyone should give watercoloring a chance. I am not an artist. I'm not a painter. But this is the best way you can do it. All you need to do is look at a nature picture and figure out, I figured out that it should be darker downstream because I've seen a stream. And you just go with what you see in nature. It's very easy. So I'm going to pick up this granny. Hang on, Julie, because here comes the granny. It is absolutely gorgeous. And you're just going to come and messily put it on there. You don't want it to be perfect because watercoloring is not meant to be perfect. And as we look at trees, some are going to be darker. You're just going to add color. And as you see, I'm kind of pouncing here. Adding. And I like to leave a little bit of white because we have to be able to see through, right? Oh, it's so pretty. I could do this. I think you guys would get tired of class because I would literally watercolor all the time because it's so pretty. And of course, you have to have a really good stamp set that you want to paint. Okay, so again, I'm going to come over here and do it till it runs clean. Okay, you want to see some finished products? They're so pretty. Ready? Let me put the ink away because I don't want to muck them up. All right, so we're going to let those dry. Okay, so samples. Ready for the first one. This was Michael's favorite because he said he liked the trees. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So what I did was do my coloring, and then this is a piece of vellum that I stamped, and it was funny because this happy birthday is from a cake icing set. I think I put it away, but once I put it on the vellum, it kind of looked like logs. And then I took some of our beautiful copper ribbon and kind of stretched it out. But yes, this is the one he kept staring at. He's like, he's like, how did you get the trees to look like that? So here's number one. And then this one, I did the same thing, but I put a piece of vellum over the whole image and then stamped this really pretty verse that came with it on it. And then I just put holes in there to hold the vellum on because vellum is so hard because you can see the adhesive behind it, but look at how beautiful it is underneath. Oh God, it's so pretty. And this one I only use, so this is Granny Apple Green, and I love birch trees, so I left mine white. This is Tranquil Tide. This is Soft Suede, Granny Apple Green, Blueberry, and then I used a little bit of Going Gray. So very easy, not very many colors, but very easy to do. Okay. All right. The next one I actually did, let me show you this one first. So this one was using the same colors, but I diluted them a lot. So it's going to be very, very muted, softer. I softened up the stream a little bit, and all I did was add just a simple greeting. It's not much there. This one didn't take very long either because, again, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3 colors, really? So I got some brown. I didn't even add gray to this one. That's why I'm looking at. So I got brown rock, green, Granny Apple Green, Tranquil Tide, and then a little bit. But yeah, look at how different. See? And those are the same colors. It's just adding more water to get that color diluted. Now my next sample is one. So this one was actually done with our colored pencils. And I have a surprise to tell you about the colored pencils here in a minute, but I'm going to tell you what happened to this one. So this is using the watercolor pencils. Same thing. Remember, we have our pencils. So watercolor pencils, and then I used this. So this is going to be a blender pen, and this one is not going to get as watery as the Aqua Pens. Okay, so those are it's going to be more refined coloring. So as you see, I can get really, really dark concentrated trees, and the water, you can see more of the pencil strokes. But what I was going to do is make a card. So I don't know if can you see. Yeah, you can see that. So this oval, I wanted to make a card with just this oval, and once I cut it out, I'm like, oh my God, I hate it. But I did such a good job coloring, I didn't want to wreck it. So I sat and really thought about it. What I did was glue the oval down to my piece of cardstock, and I popped out everything else to give it just a little bit of dimension. Yes, Julie, this one is actually still using the watercolor paper. So watercolor pencils, you can either use the watercolor paper or you can use the ultra thick white paper that we have through Stampin' Up. But I just wanted to see the difference between the colors. Granted, we don't have the same colors of pencils as we do. Well, we do, but I should say I don't have a Granny Apple Smith pencil or Blueberry Bushel because they just haven't made them yet. But again, this one, just a simple, I put a little ribbon on, but it just gave it a little bit more texture. I kind of liked it when it was done. And this is the back. This is, yeah, it's not going to photograph very well. It's a very, very pale green. It's seafoam green. It's very pretty. Okay. Let me see what else. Oh, and one more. So if the set, yes, we can watercolor. We can have fun with the squirrels. I did some coloring of the squirrels. They're so cute. But I haven't put them on a card yet. Look at those goofy squirrels. Aren't they cute? And of course I went and cut them out because I'm a lazy fussy cutter. So I used my machine and cut out a bunch of squirrels. But even in the stamp set, sometimes we get caught up that we have to use those big stamps. And this is a really simple one. Just using the greeting and then the leaves that were part of the set as well. And I don't know, yeah, you can see that. This is a new background folder that it looks like linen. It's really pretty, but look at how simple. So it's just the greeting. I put it on black paper. And this is, again, look at how Granny Apple Green looks on this new gray color. God, I'm gonna, let's see here, gray granite. This is my other favorite color. Look at these three together. Oh, it's like candy. It's so pretty. So this is the Granny Apple on cardstock. So the gray granite, very pretty. And then this is the fussy bows that I've made a video on to show you because these are fun. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see where I made a bow with this. So fun. Okay. So that is my cards for tonight. So here's that stamp set again. So I do have very nice that Granny Apple goes, oh yes, the Granny Apple is my first. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did until I started putting it with Blueberry Bushel. Love. I will take 5. Oh, okay, Mom. I'll get right on that for you. So this card is actually going to be, these versions of this one is going to be at class this weekend. So if you're not signed up for class yet, there's still time. You got to do it before tonight, before you go to bed. But these are one of the choices for class this weekend. And I also have a giveaway tonight. So those of you that are watching, I have got, you guys loved the Hostess set so much. How about another one? So this is one that's retired. I love this one. If you look at these, you're truly amazing. Enjoy the simple things. You inspire me every day. This is such a good stamp set. So, and I also have an extra ribbon. This is gold tinsel. It's fun. So those of you that are watching, this is going to be a live one. Okay. So the first person that can type and tell me how old is Stampin' Up this year? This is a big year for us. Who knows how old Stampin' Up is? We'll let you think about it. Bing it if you need to. But whoever can tell me that first, you're getting the stamp set and this ribbon. Good job, Julie. Yes. Happy birthday, Stampin' Up. We are 30. This is a big year for us. So we are having our 30 year celebration, and we're actually having a big celebration in Orlando, Florida for demonstrators in November. So we are all excited to get that planned. But Julie, yes, go ahead and instant message me your address. And you just got yourself a stamp set and some ribbon. Okay. And next week, I'm going to show you a little teaser because I actually already have my project all ready to go for next week. You want to see? It's going to be just as cute. Mom actually helped today. So I'm not going to show you the project, but I'm going to show you the inspiration, right? So look at these little gems. So these are brand new, and these are petal pink, very, very pale pink. And we are going to be playing with this beautiful tropical paper next week. And this, oh yes, look at this stamp set. Oh, this was another one that I had to have right from the get-go. Look at those. I'll let you read the sentiments because they're gorgeous. Because of you, I laugh a little harder, cry a little less, and smile a lot more. I just loved them both. So this stamp set is a 4-piece. So you get these words, and then you get these cute little embellishments to kind of set off your words. So yes, I already have the project all ready to go. So next Wednesday, same time, I'm going to show you another one, and this one way better in person. Yeah, Mom really liked these, because they are really pretty. They're all, it's nice because we get different sizes and sizes that we've never had before. So I'm going to show you this and this beautiful tropical paper. So again, make sure you check out this gorgeous stamp set. If you're a nature lover like me, you can get lots of inspiration. And don't just see it just as trees. As you see, it can be many things. It can be sympathy. Boy birthday, just hey, I'm thinking about you. Very good set. But thank you for joining me tonight, and hopefully we'll see you next Wednesday. Have a great night.